continuing our countdown of the top 25 most important Eagles going into this new season. Of course, at number 13 is Cam Jurgens at that center position. And it seems like forever ago, which was only last training camp, we thought, how in the world is Cam Jurgens going to do this? Replace Jason Kelce. It's going to be a huge drop-off. It's going to be a mess. And by week 2, we never talked to him again.
Right. You know, the more you don't talk to an offensive lineman, the better it is, because it means you're not messing up. And when you're playing great, you never really get acknowledged. But at the end of the day, you saw what this kid did. Cam Jurgens went out there and solidified himself as the top center in our division, probably the top center in the conference. He balled out last year. And why? Because he was handpicked by Kelce, number 1. Number 2, he does things a little better than even, Jason Kelce did as far as at the point of attack, run blocking. He has a little more oomph to get off the ball and block those bigger guys. He's a little stronger than Kelce. I'm sorry, Kelce, but hey, I'm just telling the truth. He's stronger than you are. He's more of an athlete. Yep. He can still get out, run, and hit linebackers and pick those guys off. He can even go in and help Jalen out as far as, all right, I'm going to reroute this protection because I see this linebacker come from over here. He can redirect it. He's doing everything, so he was taught by the best. So, of course, Kelce's not going to be mad that he's, becoming a better player because he helped make him a better player. But, yes, Cam Jurgens is definitely a powerhouse of the threat at that center position, one of the best in the league right now.
He really is, and it's crazy to think about Cam Jurgens playing so injured last year, injured in the playoffs, injured in the Super Bowl. We really didn't know much about it. We knew he was banged up, but not to the extent that they shared in the offseason. So it's safe to say with Cam Jurgens, we did not see him 100% for most of the season. I think he's coming back so healthy. Definitely exciting.
You're going to see a better player. Yeah. First of all, more reps, more experiences at the center position. Not guard, but the center position. Then you got to look at him. He was held together by duct tape and bubble gum. They gave him icy ibuprofen and said, get your butt back out there. And he went back out there. He played in the Super Bowl without a back. And he still balled out. So just goes to show the type of player he is, number 1. He's hard-nosed, he has that grit, and he wants to be great. That's all you want from a guy in the middle of Stoutland University. He may become one of the, the adjunct instructors, for Stoutland University. He is definitely that good of a player.
Big expectations for Cam Jurgens coming up this season. That is for sure. Danny, send it back to you.
Ashlyn, Barrett, well done. We appreciate it, and we're out of time on this edition of Sportsnet Central, brought to you by your local Hyundai dealers. I'm Danny Palmels. Thanks for watching, everyone. Enjoy your day. We'll see you tomorrow. Take care.
We're both dealing with a lot of guilt right now.
We did something bad.
For the kids.
Right. You see that brand new Hyundai Santa Fe? Guess how much we paid for that? $300.
Looks like we're out of time. Breathing exercises. Close your eyes. Inhale. Exhale.
Enjoy the new car.
Okay, thanks.
Deal so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event.
Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days on all Hyundai Santa Fe models today.
7 years of fun and play. Go to Ocean for our 7th birthday. Hit a jackpot. Take a lucky spin. With over $7 million in prizes, time to go for the win. We've cherry-picked 7 new experiences for sizzling summer fun. Our partners are locked in. It's seriously a hole-in-one. Go for the biggest acts and the hottest tracks. Make it a sweet escape. Go to Ocean. Go for the win.
My name is Caitlin. I'm 6 years old. I like to go to the beach with my cousins. When I was a baby, I was very sick. And then I got a liver transplant from an organ donor. He saved my life.
This gift of life was made possible by an organ donor. Imagine what you could make possible. Sign up as an organ, eye, and tissue donor. Go to organdonor.gov.
At the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, we see champions everywhere we look. In every sport, on every court, we're building a foundation to ensure all athletes are safe, supported, and strengthened. At the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, ending abuse is not just our job. It's our promise.
Hey, open up. It's Sportsnet Central knocking at your door. We're brought to you by your local Hyundai dealers. I'm Danny Palmels. Glad you could join us. Phillies fans get to catch their breaths today after yesterday's doubleheader. We'll take you through all the action from the Twin Bill against the Padres. Flyers top draft pick Porter Martone takes the ice at development camp and discusses his aspirations for the upcoming season. And could we be on the cusp of the Sixers ushering in a new youth movement? Some answers could be on the way at the upcoming Summer League. Our Amy Fadul has more on a hungry collection of young hoopers. But since we've got no Phillies action today, that's where we get things started this morning. One thing we saw last season was that when things were going well at the dish, the Phils were winning at a ridiculous clip. But when the bats went quiet, the Phillies were more or less a 500 squad. If you look at this year's numbers, pretty middle of the pack offensively, but they entered Wednesday 2 games up in the National League East. Manager Rob Thompson spoke prior to Game 1 of yesterday's doubleheader on why.
I think this year has been a funny year, not just with us, but with throughout baseball. I think offenses are very hot and cold on every team, and I think we're going through the same thing. But the good thing is I think that when we have struggled at times, we've been able to play a little bit of small ball, steal some bases, but get around, do some small little things to create some runs, which has kept our head above water.
First place in the division sounds pretty good for keeping their head above water. Starting pitching was a big reason the Phillies took Monday's series opener against the Padres, but probably the reason they lost Game 1 of yesterday's Twin Bill. A nice first pitch by Krimpy, the Tasty Cake Krimpet, the best Krimpet, the best Tasty Cake, by the way. He's excited. Nick Abel, not so much. Top 2, Abel's command became a major issue. He walks Xander Bogaerts, and after a single and a fly out, Abel walks Elias Diaz to load the paths. Caleb Coughlin comes out to try to settle Abel down. It did not work. Next batter, Abel, another walk to Fernando Tatis Jr. forces in a run. Padres up 1-0. Next batter, Abel still cannot find the zone. Walks Jackson Merrill to force in another run. Padres up 2-0. Next batter, Manny Machado. That's a double to left that clears the bases. 5-0 Padres. Abel's day is kaput. He goes just 1 2/3, allowed 5 and walked 5. Let's go